Alright everybody, what is going on? I am Outer Space Gaming, back with again another unboxing video. And there is something that I wanted to touch on in this video that pertains to the last video that I didn't actually go over, just because I didn't feel the importance of it, but now it is important, so now I have to go over it. But without further ado, I'm not going to keep you guys waiting. I'm going to get right into these boxes, and we're going to see what Funko Pops we can unbox today. Now quickly just going over some of the boxes we have. I have some more sodas, which is in this box right here. I have sodas that is in this mystery grail box. I have a regular mystery grail, and then I have I think a set of three or six. I'm not entirely sure. We'll figure it out when we open it up. But then I think this is the box that has something that pertains to the last video, which if you guys haven't seen it, it is going to be up on my channel. It's going to be the Boba Fett one. And yeah, let's get into this. So, if you guys are new to my YouTube channel, what I tend to like to do is I like to first unbox the larger boxes, and then I like to then shift focus over to the mystery grails, as well as the sodas, which I only done one other soda, but we're gonna open these bigger boxes first. And as per usual, I got my little guide's knife, which has been perfect to open these boxes. It's not too big where I will damage the boxes, but it's not too small where it takes me forever to open them. So I think I'm going to start with this box, and then I might transition to this box after Mystery Grail. So it's going to be a little bit different order of operations as opposed to what I typically do. But that's only because I think in this box, and I could be wrong, I think in that box is the one that pertains to something I'll go over later. We're gonna do something a little different. I'm just gonna... Alright, so what we have here are actually 4 Funkos, so it's in between 3 and 6, whatever. We got 4 Funkos here. Now typically I like to pull them out of the box one by one, but I think I'm just gonna show you guys as I open them up, just so we can see everything that's in here. Now they're probably gonna be something you're not gonna see until I pull the other ones out, but that's alright. So first figure I'm gonna pull here from the left is is Britney Spears. All right. Now, if you guys don't know who Britney Spears is, which would be kind of strange, but hey, I mean, there probably are some people out there. Britney Spears is a singer. She's a music artist from probably I think the early 2000s, maybe like early 2000s, late 90s. I want to say somewhere in there. She has some pretty bangers for the time, but I don't know if she's released anything any recently than early 2000s or whatever, but Britney Spears, yeah, that's kind of weird. But we had what is it? We had the guy from I think it was Metallica, like the bassist or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. I remember who it was. I think it was like, I'm pretty sure it was Metallica. Like it was like an 80s band, like Metallica, Poison, something like that. We had the basis for it, so we're not new to having these types of figures on here as far as like artist icons and stuff. So this is pretty interesting. Let me just get some focus in on here. Yeah, so you can see she's wearing very scandalous attire. She's got the fishnet leggings. She's got a whip too. I don't know exactly what this attire pertains to as far as like the actual music, but there she is. She's got her microphone. She's ready to sing. Britney Spears. Now, I would assume this is not part of like any sort of collection because it's more of like a standalone artist, but kind of, I mean, kind of cool, but definitely kind of weird at the same time. But moving on, we're getting a little bit more into the spirit of Halloween, as Halloween is drawing near at the time of recording this video. So we have the Phantom of the Opera. So with the Phantom of the Opera, I thought this dude was like, didn't he wear like the half mask or something like that? He looks like a zombie. Very creepy. I like the head sculpt on it. It looks very cool. With like the defined brow bones and cheekbones and stuff. He's got the glazed over white eyes. He looks pretty dapper though with that suit. You know, he's looking like a pretty dapper. He looks like he's got Dracula's clothes on. Which, if you guys have seen Hotel Transylvania 2, you'll know why that would be kind of funny. So, yeah. Phantom of the Opera. It is already pre-sleeved, and it does have one of the nice sleeves with the tabs in it, which if you guys have seen on my other videos, some of these come with like the ones without the tabs, and the lid tends to flop up. So that's a nice touch, I think. And then on the back, oh, this one actually has plastic wrap on it. I don't know if you guys can see like the wrinkling. There's like slight wrinkling over here, so it's like wrapped. It's got like some sort of plastic on it, so that's kind of interesting. But yeah, there are all the figures. I mean, they're more like horror icon figures, so that's pretty cool if you guys are into that stuff, which I know people that are. Yeah, Phantom of the Opera Funko Pop. Very nice figure. Looks very nice. Moving on, we have Ronnie Rabbit Sunflower. I'm just reading it. I'll show you guys right now. Let me just get some focusing up. Very interesting. It looks like this might be maybe from like a cartoon. Ronnie Rabbit Sunflower. So obviously, oh, this is Pop Asia. Pop Asia. So I have no idea. But if I had to make an assumption, I would assume it's probably from like a cartoon, or, you know, maybe a cartoon. I don't know. But it's basically like a. It looks kind of like a cat, but it's a rabbit. So it's got like that rabbity like face with the nose. Two faces on it, which is pretty weird. They're like conjoined on one eyeball, which definitely looks pretty strange. I don't know what the people in Asia are doing with their cartoons, but then again, US cartoons are no far away from that. And you can see even too, look. I don't know what language it is. I mean, what do they speak in Asia? I'm not sure. Asian? Or Chinese? I would say that probably is Chinese, because the characters are pretty densely packed, so I'm assuming it's maybe some sort of Chinese. I don't know. I don't live there. I'm not part of their culture. I don't speak their language, so I don't know. But feel free, if you guys do know, to put it in the comments what language that is they speak in Asia. But it looks really cool though. I like the art style. It's like very like splattery. It looks cool. Collect them all. It doesn't show you what all to collect, but that's art, I guess. I don't even know what this is from, but it looks very interesting, let's say. It's got like a glazed look on the camera, because it also has that film on the inside, just the same as the Phantom of the Opera. So that might be why it's coming up as kind of like a matte finish on the camera. Anyways, moving on. I'm just gonna move the bubble wrap. We have Skydance Animation Luck. So this is a pop movie, Sam as Leprechaun. I don't know what this is from. I don't know what half of this stuff is from, man. I feel bad. Well, I don't feel bad because it's like, yeah, fuck it, I don't watch that stuff. Why do I care? But at the same time, for people who do watch this stuff, or people who do connect with these things, you know, it's like maybe you want me to say more. I don't know. But I'm not gonna go out of my way to watch 50 different things just so I have some sort of connection with the reference. So if you guys know what it is, then you know what it is, and that's all that matters. Because if it matters to you, then it matters to you. But Sam as a Leprechaun. So a Skydance Animation. I don't know if that's American based or like USA based. Skydance. I've never heard of that animation studio, so it could be again another studio that's like out of the country. Sam as Leprechaun. There are the figures on the back. Pretty interesting stuff. She's a leprechaun, which is kind of cool. I'm partial Irish. I'm more German than Irish, but I do have a little bit of Irish in me. Not the heritage or the culture, but just the relation, I guess. So moving on, what I want to do now is I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna do the mystery grail, and then I'm gonna transition over to the sodas, and then I'm gonna open this other box before I show you guys, just to be sure of my theory or what I think it may be, and then I'll go over why it's important regarding the last video that I made. But going on to the mystery grail here, each one of these mystery grails does come with a scratch off, so I will be doing the scratch off. If you guys are new, this is what it looks like. It's just like a little scratch off ticket, and then they have been doing recently the Grail Games tickets, so we got 2 scratch off tickets to do. And then they also do come with candy. I think so it looks like the sodas. Sorry, Joe, just threw the box at my dog, but not aggressively though. The Grails do come with candies. The soda cans came with some lollipops, which was different, but the regular mystery Grails usually come with Tootsie Rolls. Anyways, moving on to the figure, we have the Hulk. So this is the Incredible Hulk. The Hulk is a Marvel character, so it's from the Marvel universe. Very cool. So one thing I will say is that the head is like a different shade of green than the body. I don't know if you can necessarily pick that up on the camera, but the head is a little bit of a darker green, which looks a little weird, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe the head sculpt was manufactured in a different part than the body, and then they were just conjoined later down the line. But it is a little strange when you look at it for a little bit. But when you know the reference, I think something as minuscule as a minor paint difference is nothing to be concerned with, because it is the Hulk. And if you guys grew up with the Hulk as I did, then you would know that it doesn't really matter, because the Hulk is always just the coolest. But yeah, we got the Hulk. He's very angry looking, of course, as per usual. That is how he is, the Hulk. And then we have all the other Marvel figures here on the back, which it looks like they're all like OG like paint schemes and stuff. So like with Iron Man, Red Skull, Captain America, even the Thing. So like that it has to be a clear indication that this is more pertaining to like the old school first few iterations of these characters, because I don't know if you guys know this, but the Fantastic Four has not shown its head in so long. The Fantastic Four just pretty much died out quite a long time ago after the live action film. I don't even know if I think there were multiple films, but yeah, the Thing, that's crazy. So it is older, but still pretty cool. I mean, I'm glad we got the Hulk. The Thing would have been cool. I used to like the Thing. He's like a big spooky rock guy or whatever. So now we're gonna move on to the sodas, which I have two of. I have this soda, and I have this soda. So if you guys haven't seen, I've only done one of these, so I wouldn't be surprised if you guys are just tuning in as a new viewer that you guys wouldn't have seen these pops. But basically they're kind of like that mystery grill, where it's just a mystery. Like, I don't even know what's in here, but they're like little pop cans. They're really cool. I honestly think the pop cans are probably the cooler ones. Partially because it's a little different. I've done quite a few of these unboxings now, and the sodas are just kind of like a breath of fresh air, so to speak. And we do also get a nice little Ralphie's Funhouse sticker, which I had gotten another one of those. It's right here. I got two of them, two stickers from Ralphie's Funhouse. So that's kind of cool. I don't use them. I mean, they're just cool little stickers. So this is actually like a little Wreck-It Ralph bundle. The last ones I got were a C-3PO, which was a bobblehead, and then I also ended up getting some Queen lady, Ramonda, I think it was, from what the fuck is it? Not the Pink Panther, but the Wakanda Forever character. Oh, I forgot. I never seen that movie. I wasn't really like super into it, but it was from the Wakanda Forever film that what's this guy? The guy who had died recently was in. I don't know. I don't really watch the newer movies anymore. But anyways, moving on. So those are the two sodas that I got there. So we have Vanellope and we have Fix It Felix, which is pretty cool. It is a Wreck-It Ralph bundle that I opened with those sodas, whereas this one is not, and this one is actually pretty cool. So we have another one here, which is Frankenstein, and I do apologize for the angle of the camera. It is a little bit higher, and I did have to move it over just so there was room for me to sit without just blasting the camera every other frame. So we have all the pops right here. I'm going to go over each one of them one by one, and then I'm going to open them up. So here we have Yondu, which, if you guys don't know, is from Guardians of the Galaxy. He was the one where he would whistle, and that thing on his head would guide the little arrow to like go around. He was pretty OP apparently from the movies and stuff. Then we have the Vanellope one, and I do apologize for the reflections. These are made of metal, so it's going to be very reflective. So I'm trying to do my best to get all angles of it. So that's Vanellope from Wreck-It Ralph, and then we have Fix It Felix from Wreck-It Ralph. And then we have Frankenstein. So I do like the horror ones, not because it's more my thing, but just mostly because Halloween is coming up, and you know, it's time to get a little spooky, everybody. Time to get a little spooky. So let me open all these up, and then I'll get back to you guys. I have all of the figures now taken out of the plastic, so we're just gonna open each one of these up, and we're gonna see what's inside. So each one of these do come with like a little cardboard puck of the figure with the figure's name, and then so C-3PO had a number. The Queen did not. The one from the Wakanda Forever movie, but maybe you can see if I can just kind of like stick that on the top, get a little elevation so you guys can see all the figures lined up better. And yeah, so here is the old Yondu looking all artsy fartsy. So here's the figure. He's looking pretty cool. He's got his like trench coat on. He's got the little spear in his hand that he whistles and leads around and stuff. He's all scarred up on his face. He's all messed up. Not like bad, but like that's just what the character is. He's got his goatee. Maybe not a goatee, but he's got his little like beard, and then he's got the piece on his head that actually directs the thing. I think there was a name for this too, the arrow, but I'm not that deep into the lore of Guardians of the Galaxy. If you are, you guys will know. Maybe leave a comment, let everybody else know if they don't. But there is Yondu. All right. So we found a Chase one. That's cool. I think the Chase ones are pretty rare. Chase Vanellope. Very cool. Yeah, let's go. This is only the second soda we found a Chase one, so that's cool. From what I've been told, I think the Chase figures are worth a little bit more, and I am going to be putting these back in the bubble wrap once I am done showing you guys what we got, just because I can't show them off like the Funkos. But there's Vanellope. Alright, she's got a bunch of candy in her hair. She's looking all cute. She's like, hey, look at this, I got you a chocolate medal. And it says, oh, I can't even read that, it's so small. Stink grain? I'm not sure, I don't even know if that's correct. It says something on there. I don't know if the camera's gonna focus on something that small, but if you guys know what that says, you can let me know or whatever. But yeah, she's a little kid, she likes candy and stuff. This was from Wreck-It Ralph, which was like game references and stuff to like old-timey games, like way before my time, like arcade games almost. So maybe it has something to do with the game that she's referencing. I'm not entirely sure. However, we'll move on though. We won't ponder too much on it. And now we'll go over to Fix-It Felix. So we got Fix-It Felix here. Put the cap right there. These don't sit properly. It would have been cool if you could like put the thing on there and then display it on the actual bottle cap, or the bottle can, pop can. But whatever. Still looks cool, and it still sits actually pretty nicely. Just a little lopsided. And man, this one's kind of, oh my gosh, this one's like glued. Ew. The black bag is like glued to the bubble wrap. What the heck? Gross. Alright, and we got Fix-It Felix. So it looks like he's got his hand up. He's ready to go and meet Bob the Builder. They're about to go build some of the craziest stuff you ever seen. So it looks like he's supposed to be holding his hammer, or like maybe some way of putting the hammer in his hand, but the hammer is on his utility belt. So there he is, Fix-It Felix. You know, if you know what Bob the Builder is, that's what I grew up on, Bob the Builder. So he's pretty much Bob the Builder, but he's fixing it Felix. So Bob builds and then Felix fixes. So take with that information what you will, if information at all, and not just banter or just random speaking. Moving on, we have Frankenstein. So this is the last soda that I have. Frankenstein, looking pretty cool. It looks like that art style right there reminds me of like Scooby-Doo. I used to play a lot of Scooby-Doo games when I was younger. and I forget the name of them. Man, they're so cool. I used to play a ton of those Scooby-Doo games with like the little monster tokens. You'd have to run around find the good monster tokens and stuff. If I find it, I'll probably try and put a little snippet of the gameplay in here. But that art style reminds me of it so hardcore. And there's Frankenstein. So he's got his fingers out. He's about ready to tickle somebody. He's got a big fat head. He's got the little the semiconductors, or like the electrical conductors in his neck there. He's got a little boo-boo right there on his head. Really big head. Really tall. Very square, or rectangle. But yeah, this is pretty much the stereotypical look of Frankenstein. If you guys have ever seen like old Frankenstein stuff, you know, he's always got the suit, and he's got things in his neck, and he's got a really big head. So, Frankenstein. Very cool. Alright, let me move these figures to the side, and then we're gonna get the big box out, and I'm gonna kind of go over that with you guys. Alright, so I got the figures moved back, and now I'm going to move on to this big box. Indy's box of radness. It's so rad, so cool, so hip, so now. And we're gonna bust it open and see why it is those things. So in my last video, and I'll just kind of lightly touch on this. So in my last video, I was doing some unboxings of the regular Funkos, obviously. And basically what happened is, I have the card here. So in one of the Funkos, I had gotten this little card. It's like a redeemable card. So basically what this card is if you get it in one of these like Funkos, like the regular sized ones, basically what it means is that you can redeem it and you can get an entire Funko. And I didn't showcase it in the last video, simply because I didn't know how long it was going to be until it was going to be redeemed. And I didn't even know what the figure was until I was told what figure it was. And that's why I said it pertains to Vanellope. And the reason it does is because it is Vanellope. It's Vanellope riding her candy car. If you guys have seen Wreck-It Ralph, you'll know that they rode around in this vehicle on like a racetrack and stuff. And it is a 2016 Summer Convention exclusive. Now this thing is big. I mean, you guys can see compared, it's roughly the size, the width of 3 of the sodas, and it is a chunky one. I mean, obviously enough, she's in a vehicle, so it's gonna have to be pretty big. And I'm just looking at the figure now, so it looks like a few of the exhausts, let's say, have fallen out. So there's 2 right here, but if you look, there's supposed to be 3 on it. And the hole is just right there in the front. Now, as you guys can see, I literally just pulled this out of the box brand new, so I didn't do that. Obviously, they're pretty small, so they are delicate parts. I don't know if I'm going to necessarily open it up to put those pieces back on there. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I'm not entirely sure, just because I don't want to like damage it any further or anything like that. But yeah, so that is Vanellope in the candy car. And you can see that the face sculpt on here is quite a fair bit more simplistic. There are no protruding features. It's just basically paint on there to represent her face, but the detail is not supposed to be in the character. It's in the car, which it most certainly is. You guys can see the cookies for the wheels, the glittery front paint job and everything. And that's what it looks like. So it's the Dorbs Ride, which looks pretty darn cool, I must say. And like I said, it is pretty big. The only other figures that I've had that were a fair bit bigger than the regular ones were the art ones, the graffiti artist ones. I don't remember their name. And this says number 5. So I don't know if this was like the 5th one made, or if this is like number 5 in a series of like different vehicles, or like different larger ones, or maybe the Dorbs Rides. I'm not sure, but very cool. And like I said, I didn't mention it before because I was just like, what the heck is this? And then here it is. We got the figure. So pretty cool. Let me set everything up. I'm gonna put these sodas back into their their allocated or their proper cans. I'm gonna wrap them in plastic, and then I'll just show you guys the process of me doing that one time. Just so you know, I'm not like, I mean, why would I lie about that? I really don't care. I'm just gonna put them back in there just to maintain the integrity of them. But I'm gonna get everything all situated, and then I'm gonna run through, as I do in all of my videos, the prices. After, actually, now that I'm looking down, we have to do the scratch off. So let me move these stickers out of the way. We got to do the scratch off. So let me do the scratch off, and I gotta go check and see. Did the sodas come with one? Aha! Just getting a little ahead of myself. So I just threw the box. I didn't even take out the scratch offs, dude. So there were other scratch offs. So now I got 4. And this time they didn't come with lollipops. They came with crybabies. So that's pretty interesting. We got some crybabies. That's the first. All these different candies and stuff. It's like it's already Halloween over here. But let me scratch these off real quick, and I'll get back to you guys and I'll show you what we win. Alright, I got them all scratched off, and I'm gonna go over the regular scratch off tickets first, and then I will show you guys what I got from the Grail game. So on the regular scratch off tickets, we got 200 tokens on each one, so 400 tokens. And for those of you guys who are just watching these videos as newcomers, they are in different currencies. So those ones are tokens, and the Grail Games ones are gold, which I got 100 on each one. So not too bad. 200 gold and 400 tokens is a decent pull. And now that we did now that I did the scratch offs, now I can move forward, put the figures in the sodas, and then I'll get you guys some pricing on what each one of these is worth as per the Funko app. So I will get right back to you guys with that. Alright, and now I just got done putting the figures in the pop cans, and I just wanted to make it clear. So the Frankenstein one was already dented. I did not do that. Just right there in the corner, you can see the reflections kind of getting all warped and stuff. So just something I wanted to point out to you guys. I didn't do that. That was already dented before it got into my hands. Alright, you guys. So I just said something. I got everything set up, and I am very, very surprised. This was probably one of the larger hauls that I've had, simply because some of these figures are priced out very high. And then one of them is very, like, the price on it fluctuates very heavily, which I will show you guys as well. So, going over the ones that I do have the prices for, starting off, we have Sam as the Leprechaun from Luck as $12. We have Britney Spears, which was $14. We have Vanellope, so the big one is $35. The Hulk is $36. Phantom of the Opera was $50. So that is super cool, and I honestly do really like the figure. I think he looks really cool. It's from Monsters, which is, I think, is just a collage of like all the old school monster trope types. So like the what is it, the fish dude, Phantom of the Opera, maybe like the Mummy, Frankenstein probably be in there as well, Dracula. So I think that's pretty cool, and it is very fitting because it is a cool figure. Moving on to the sodas now, we have Frankenstein, which was $15, Yondu, which was also $15, Vanellope, which was, you guessed it, $15, and then Felix, which $10. So all of them except for Felix were $15, Felix being $10. So now you may be asking yourself, well, what about the Ron English, Pop Asia, Ronnie Rabbit Sunflower vinyl figure? Well, this is where things get a little interesting. So when I searched it up on the Funko Pop website, which I'll actually just show you guys right now, so you can see exactly what it is that I'm talking about. So when I go to scan, so I'm on the Funko website, I go to scan, and it pulls up a barcode scanner. So when I scan it, it says, we couldn't find the product by UPC, let's search for it by name. which I'm like, okay, that's kind of a first. I've never seen that, because usually if they're unreleased, it'll just say it's not released. They won't give a price. I gotta look it up on the internet, whatever. But if you look, like, this thing had to have come straight from Asia. Look at this. I don't know what any of that is. I don't know what that says. I don't know, dude. It looks kind of like Chinese or maybe like Mandarin. I don't know, dude. I don't know what language they speak in Asia. I am so out of it. It looks like Chinese though, just based off of the density of the symbols and like the characters and stuff. So here's what I did, right? I did what any logical thinking human being would do. I went to the internet. And so now this is where things get a little dicey. So for this figure, I just want to show you guys, like, look at this. Dude, this thing is like, so one person's $30, another $46, $70, $27, $39, $49, $31, $49, $49, $43. So I guess it's safe to say that we can put this figure comfortably at around like $40, $50. I'm not sure. How do I price something out that's not even from this country? You know? So it's very weird that I ended up getting a Pop Asia figure. I think it's super cool though. Honestly, that figure is probably one of the coolest, if not the coolest, figure that I have opened up. Right next to the Red Goblin. So the symbiotic relationship of Carnage and the Green Goblin. I would have to say that Robbie Rabbit one, just because of like the novelty of it. You know, it's from a different country. It's Pop Asia. You could even see on the bottom it has a different language on it. So like that to me is pretty cool, and it reminds me very much of a video game that I actually ported over from Japan, which was Monster Hunter Portable Third for the PSP. And if you guys haven't played Monster Hunter or you don't care, whatever, you can skip this part. But basically it was Monster Hunter Portable Third was only released in Japan. So at the time, I'm really young. I'm like barely in high school, as a freshman, I think, or sophomore or something like that. And I had my father actually had it shipped from Japan to here at my house, and I have the case for it somewhere. Maybe if I find it, I can show you guys. Let me just look quickly, and I can show you kind of like what I'm talking about. So I got it right here. So see, this is Japanese, because look at how the characters look. So this is Japanese. Everything on it is Japanese. So like that's kind of why I also think this one is so cool, because I actually had got a game from another country. I had no idea. I didn't have any translations. I didn't have anything. It's just I played the game so much I already knew what I was doing, and this was back when Zenogre was the flagship monster. But that's kind of what it reminds me of, and I think that's kind of why I have that relation to it, as like the authenticity or like the novelty. Like how many people actually ported over Monster Hunter Portable Third? Like I was a huge fan of the game at the time, so that's kind of what it reminds me of. Being a non-domestic or U.S. product, written in a language that I can understand. But that is pretty much everything, you guys. That's all the Funkos I got for you guys. You've seen the scratch-off tickets. You've seen the prices. So this was a really big haul. You guys can do the math, obviously, if you want to see what the entire haul is worth. It's something probably in the range of maybe $180 to maybe $200, depending. I'm not sure. Like I said, it depends on whatever this one comes out to. So that is everything that I have for you guys today. And I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Honestly, I thought that was super cool. Very surprising. And some of these figures, like $50 for the Phantom of the Opera, was super cool. Hulk being $36, being like the older figure, and look at that, it's number 8. I don't know if you guys can see, but it says 8 on there, so it's pretty low value compared to like the hundreds or the thousands, or I mean this one's 5, so very cool. I liked this one a lot, guys. I hope you did as well. And remember, if you guys liked the video, be sure to hit the like button. It helps me out in the algorithm. And as much as like I don't really want to be that type of person that's like, you know, basically begging for, what is it, clout or whatever the kids are calling it nowadays. I just really want to, you know, make something out of my YouTube, and I do want to get paid for it. So it helps me out a lot if you guys like the video. Leave a comment if you guys think some of these are cool. Maybe if you're like an older person watching this and you actually had seen some of the older Phantom of the Operas, or if you were there when Britney Spears was like a hot pop culture thing, or you know, when like the very first Hulk came out with Lou Ferrigno, or whatever, you know, whatever the case may be. Leave a comment, let me know. I do look at the comments, I like them if I read them. I don't typically reply because you know, you guys, I just like it just to show you I acknowledge the fact that you did comment on there. But make sure you guys are sharing my channel with your friends if you know people that enjoy these kinds of things. Maybe if I find a game, I know I've been saying it a lot recently, and it's just been hard for me to really motivate myself to want to play any of these games, so I just been playing on my Steam Deck actually, which I do want to do a review on, but I want to make sure that I know what I'm talking about before I make some sort of review, and I want to make sure I've been playing it long enough to go over some of the key points that I think most people would be looking for in a review. So share the channel with your friends, your family, your household pets, maybe some other people that you know. And like the video if you guys like the video, and if you guys did like this video, be sure to check out some of the other videos I have. I do have quite a few unboxings. That's what I've been doing recently, and you know, if maybe there's a game you guys want me to play or check out, or I did stream Deep Rock Galactic not too long ago, but I haven't really been playing that much. I've been playing mostly Lunacid, which 99% of people aren't going to know what Lunacid is, but if you guys do know, you're in the know-how. You're in the know, and it's been a really fun game. I kind of capped out on it, but I might start another one, I'm not sure. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is everything I have for you guys. I hope you have a good day, and y'all take care. Peace out.